Now, for our book review this morning, we look into The Reed Dance Stalker by Angela Makholwa. The book is about a journalist and public relations maven, Lucy Khambule. She wrote a book on convicted serial killer Napoleon Dingiswayo and is a bestseller. She is in demand for talks and interviews, and her company is involved in the early stages of organizing the 2010 FIFA World Cup. Then comes the terrifying news that Dingiswayo has escaped from CMAX. What then happens? You'll have to read the book. But for now, we're joined virtually by the author, Angela Makholwa. Very good morning to you, Angela. Thanks for joining us. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a while since I've been with you.
I know, right? It's been a while. And the last time you were with us, we were discussing The Blessed Girl. And I suppose The Blessed Girl couldn't be more relevant in today's ever-increasing materialistic world. Now you've come up with The Reed Dance Stalker. What's the inspiration behind it?
So The Reed Dance Stalker is the sequel to my debut novel, which was called Red Ink.
Yeah.
Red Ink also focused on Lucy Khambule, like a young PR practitioner and single mom who had left her journalistic roots to pursue a career in public relations. But you know journalism, it haunts you. Once a reporter, always a reporter. So she had written to a convicted serial killer, Napoleon Dingiswayo, wanting to just write an article about why he did the heinous crimes. He committed the heinous crimes that he had. So at the time with Red Ink, Napoleon Dingiswayo had terrorized South African women. He had raped and killed more than 30 women during his killing spree. So he was called the butcher by the media, and Lucy Khambule had been one of the journalists covering the story. But once she put down her pen to pursue public relations, she'd almost forgotten about the fact that she was interested in the story to begin with. Yeah. However, Napoleon calls her and wants her to write a book about him, and so they become embroiled in this project in a way. Her writing his biography, but soon, with her visits to Napoleon in prison, comes just this avalanche of violence in her own life, affecting the people that she loves. And so she has to connect the dots about what it is that's causing all of this chaos in her life while this man is still in prison. So Red Ink ends on a cliffhanger that I won't tell you, readers, because you have to buy or read Red Ink to find out what the cliffhanger is. But there are clues based on what's happening in The Reed Dance Stalker. You've already alluded to the fact that the serial killer is on the loose. Yeah. After everything that has happened in Red Ink, the serial killer is on the loose, but we don't know where he is. And Lucy is actually under the impression that this man killed himself in prison, because that was the last report that was released about that. And so she continues about her life. She's writing another book. She writes nonfiction, unlike me. So her book is about the prison reform system. And once again, people come up to her, reformed prisoners reach out to her, wanting her to include her in this book because they've heard about it in interviews and things like that. Yeah. This is very much, life imitates fiction, fiction imitates art. It's because I'm talking about a woman writing about a serial killer. But anyway, so somebody reaches out to her and becomes a bit obsessed with her, but we don't know why. I mean, why is she attracting all these kind of psychotic men? But as you read the book, you get the clues as to who has reached out to her online. Yes. And where is Napoleon Dingiswayo? Is he really dead? Because in Swaziland, this is why it's called the Reed Dance Stalker, the Eswatini Reed Dance is about to take place. And the last Reed Dance, two maidens were murdered. And it tracks the timeline between the time that Napoleon was announced having escaped from prison. So is that Napoleon, or is Napoleon the person that's contacting Lucy online and trying to get her attention? So the story is very suspenseful. You have to keep on guessing as a reader what is exactly happening, which is kind of archetype of a...
one thing about you, Angela, and a common thread in all your books, at least that I've read, Red Ink and The Blessed Girl, we never run out of yo. I mean, it's exclamation after exclamation. So how do you keep your readers in suspense from beginning to end?
I mean, I suppose it's a tactic that you need to hone as a suspenseful writer, and I love suspense because I feel like part of that engagement with between the dance between me and my reader is I'm trying to trick you. I'm leading you on a certain path, and you come with me, and then I mislead you because I have to. But I love the intellectual element of that guessing game because I'm engaging with you as an intelligent person because I want you to enjoy this ride. I want you to keep brain and thinking, okay, is this what's happening? No, I think this. I want you to feel like, no, I'm ahead of Angela. And, at some point you're like, no, I get this. I think I've solved this crime. So for me, it's kind of like a game, like a mind game that I'm playing with you, my reader. And if you come along with me, I do promise you that the ending will be worth the track that we've walked, the path that we've walked, as you are trying to uncover what's really happening. And I'm throwing you little breadcrumbs to give you clues as to where the path is leading. So I love it because I feel like it elevates my engagement with my reader. And it also challenges me intellectually in the same way that I want to challenge you, the reader, intellectually.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful dance that I really enjoy.
All right, Angela, unfortunately, we're out of time. What I wanted to know from you, and for the benefit of our viewers, of course, is that whether the relationship between Lucy and Detective Morapeti will lead into maybe a marriage. But of course, we have to read the book to find out. Thank you so much for joining us.
You have to read the book to find out.
But
if there's another book, you have to read that book to find out.
Great chatting to you, Angela. Thank you. We just spoke to the author of the Reed Dance Stalker, Angela Makholwa, which is now adapted into a television series called The Red Ink.